Good day, good morning, afternoon, or evening to each and everyone that's um on the stream right now. Hello, hello, chat. Hello, hello. I can see that there's one person who's currently lurking. Thanks for lurking down there as well. So today we're just going to be doing a simple just chatting stream. Just going to do Dragonseer Duties uh, since it's already a Thursday. So every Thursday we do what we call Dragonseer Duties, wherein I do a bit of advice giving and also a bit of tarot reading for our viewers. So hello to everyone. So I did receive a few private messages in some of my pages. So I'll be answering those with advice that I could give, and also I'll be answering them if they ever ask for tarot. Then I'll be answering them using tarot cards. So if ever, thank you for those who are watching and listening right now, and to those who chatted me or PM'd me before with questions and asking for advice. Then if ever, I do also have VODs that are posted directly after the stream. So that's around 3 to 4 hours after the stream. I have VODs directly posted in YouTube. So if ever, please do listen to them. If I was able to answer any of your questions or see any of your PMs. So that's a small explanation of what Dragonseer duties are. So again, today is just chill, just chatting stream. If ever, once I do have everything better set up and I do have a better mic also, then maybe we would be adding a bit of react content on this part of my streams. But if ever, uh, that would be what this stream is all about for the moment. So I'll be pulling up a few chats here and looking up. But if ever, uh, I'm just out of nowhere reminded about the tarot readings that I did during Anime Fair Diala 30th. So on day one, I did have someone who asked for a tarot reading with me, from me. And if ever, I just wanted to tell you, if you'll ever find me again or you'll listen to this stream, I would just like to tell you that regarding your query with the cards, I'd just like to tell you that if ever, the best thing that you can do right now, I think, is to fully do what the cards have already told you. So don't dilly dally, if ever. That would be the main thing. Don't dilly dally, since um, from what I'm seeing, uh, it was more or less reading about romance. And if ever, I'd say that you need to have the courage already to try and pursue that person. Because from what I'm seeing and what I saw during the whole fest, they were quite close to you. So why not try to shoot your shot already? Because if you don't, then chances are someone's going to shoot it before you, and you wouldn't want that to happen. So if ever, the energies these days are a bit more mellow, a very cold energy, as you would say, and it's more or less a sign already of the start of the winters, or rather fall and winter season. So things would be very much slowing down, and a lot of things would have a slow progress for a lot of us these days. That's most of the energy that's being drawn out with the atmosphere that we have. And I can sense that there are a lot of things that are already ending. But no worries, most of these endings would have new beginnings. So I do hope that you, my knights, even though there would be a lot of endings happening, I hope that you, my knights, would be able to have more motivation and be able to cling on to something for these days, and just be able to go on. Because well, the year is ending, and it's also near Hallows Eve, so a lot of things, a lot of more big things are moving in mind. So always try and keep a positive outlook. But if you need to feel something or you need to feel negative or grieve, then don't stop yourself from doing that, because if ever, all feelings are valid. So try and let yourself feel, but don't overdo it. Okay? So that's what I could say in general for a lot of people right now. And that's mostly the advice and the energy that I'm getting from my main audience these days. So that's why I'm more or less asking you to find a reason, find an anchor point in life. Because these days, it's really hard to think of a lot of things. It's hard to try and make new reasons or to go on. But if ever, a lot of people have it. Have their own reasons to go on. So I hope that you find or grasp onto such things, because it really is something that we all need these days. So right now I'll be making a general reading about most of the audience here right now. So with the general reading, what you can do is I'll be reading for your elemental signs, if I may say. So for the elemental signs, I'll be reading different cards for each and every elemental sign that would go through here today. So that would be Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water. I'll be doing a three card spread for each and every one of them. Then, if ever that there's something that speaks to you, then you take it on. And if there's anything that doesn't speak to you, then you can just leave it. And I hope that we all get something out of this. Hope we are able to, what do you call this? I hope that we are able to grasp something new when it comes to a lot of these things. So let me just prepare my cards. So wait a minute for a bit. Right now I still don't have a secondary camera that I could use so that I could show you the spreads. But if ever, while I try to upgrade the stream, I'll also be trying to get a new camera, new microphone. So little by little, I'd be trying to upgrade the stream more or less. But that would be in the future, and the future is always an ever-changing thing. So let's focus on the present, shall we? So yes, I'll be using the manga tarot cards for these readings. So just so you know, it's one of the main tarot cards that I've been using for the past few months, and I've been really liking it. I usually use claw cards for my main readings. Then I had an older tarot deck. I forgot, but it was a variant of the Raider Weight decks. So right now, I'm using this deck. So why not? Let's do a reading first for my very own element, which is the Earth sign, the Earth element. Very stubborn, very selfish, very greedy, but also very dependable, very resourceful. Those are usually the traits that an Earth sign has. And when they love truly. They also are very intimate. in a lot of ways. Very clingy to the point of to a fault. Clingy to a fault. So they usually are also very obsessive, if I may say. So right now I am shuffling the decks, or rather the deck, since I only have one deck. And we're going to make a reading for the earth signs out there. So for those who are earth signs who are listening right now, this is for you. I usually cut the cards into four folds. I don't know, that's just my preference, I guess. But if ever, let's get these cards. So the first card is the Knight of Wands. The second card is the Ace of Cups. And the last card is the Five of Coins. So let me just feel the energy here. So the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, eh? So this is an upright Knight of Wands. So the symbolism is very straightforward. Means that if ever it would be a great time to decide on trying to travel and be adventurous, be more impulsive, take a bit more risk in your life. Uh, if ever it's something that we don't want to have a dull moment with during these days, Earth Signs. And if ever, since it went out with a uh, reverse Ace of Cups, then it means that we do this or we want to go away and travel and be more of a seeker in life these days because we're not fulfilled. Because the Ace of Cups, when upright, means that the person is already filled, that they feel like they have everything that they want. But right now, since the Ace of Cups is in reverse, you feel very empty these past few days. And that emptiness is what's like, what do we call this? That emptiness is what's really pulling you through right now to try and more or less live life more to the fullest. Because again, right now the cups are not filled, so there are a lot of issues with your motivation these days, if I may say. That actually is something that resonates with me. And you want to find a reason. That's why you're going everywhere trying to find this reason. You're being adventurous. And well, with the 5 coins, it's saying that it's more or less it's because you feel like very insecure. You're going through a lot of hardships and internal battles within your mind these days. There's a deep sense of loneliness or maybe loss. And if ever it might take a turn for the worse. So try and so the advice of the cards would be to try and just try and find more of yourself these next few days and try to fill your own cup. Try to be more adventurous, try to be more impulsive, and maybe just as I was saying with my advice earlier, try to be more straightforward with a lot of things, okay? So Earth signs, I hope that uh, these next few weeks would give you some kind of new reason and would give you some kind of proper reasoning in your life. Since it seems that you're going through a lot, we are going through a lot, especially with loneliness and everything. That I can really relate to. So for me right now, I have been going through. Well, this stream is one of the things that I started, and I've been going through a lot of things to try and more or less find more things to make me happy. But I think the future card is more or less true for me because it's taking a turn for the worse for me right now. But if ever, we're all doing our best in fighting our own battles. So I hope you, my knights, especially those on Earth signs, I hope that you find that anchor that would keep you in the dock. So right now, we're going to go to the second. We're going to go to the second sign that we have. So after Earth, I feel like I want to go with water. So to the water signs out there, let me shuffle the cards for you. Let me shuffle the cards for you. Water, I think, is actually the second sign that I have most in my natal chart. Then fire, then there's almost no air. So I'm predominantly really an earth type person. So I am not as flexible when it comes to a lot of things. But thanks to water, I'm flexible when it comes to my personality and my work ethic. I'm very adaptable. So, yeah. Just finished the shuffle. I really need a better cover for my table. So right now, I'm cutting the cards. Again, I usually cut this into 4 parts. And right now, for you water signs out there, we have... Oh, oh, oh. So we have 2 major arcana in here, so it seems that you're going to have a better go at it this next few weeks. So first we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, the Tyrant or the Leader. Then we have an Upright, again another 5 of coins or 5 of pentacles. So it seems that you're also going through something. Then lastly, a Reversed Strength. So right now, seems like you're at a better place, but you're also at a more downhill place at the end of the month. So right now, the Hierophant, as said, is more or less a leader. So the Hierophant is more or less there to embrace the conventional or traditional, and just like most leaders, they don't usually go too much against tradition since they want to keep their positions. So right now, it's saying that you're trying to be more traditional or to be within more of certain conventional bounds. Trying to just keep yourself to yourself and not do anything too big or too out of nowhere. You're just trying to keep to yourself and be very what do we call this? To follow more of the social structures that have been established. To just be a more of a rule person. But this gives you more of like a loneliness or idleness in your heart, just as what the 5 of Pentacles or 5 of Coins shows. This is showing you more of what do we call this? This is more or less telling you that you're at a loss right now. That's why you're following the social norms, because you're at the loss of what you really want and need to do. And right now, due to these things, you have like since we have a reverse strength, you have some kind of fear in your life, or anger or lack of conviction because of these things. You've lost your passion, you've lost your love, you've lost your fire for something because in your mind, the only thing that you can do is follow the norm, follow the conventions. But if ever, I would like to tell you that please don't overthink it. Don't let yourself be tied down to those conventional norms. For me, the advice with the cards is to have your upright strength. Don't let yourself don't let yourself be dependent on what the social structures is saying. More or less, break the mold right now. So right now, the cards have been saying for both Earth and Water to be more reckless, be more impulsive, show more of your true self, and be more powerful. That's that's what it's saying right now. So be more innovative with your life. Find something more. Break the mold. That's what it's saying for you, Water. Especially for you, Water peeps. You can be the mold, break the mold, or copy the mold. Since your sign is the second, if not the most adaptable sign, you can do everything that you'd want, and you have a lot of opportunities ahead of you. So, water signs, I hope that with this coming few weeks, even though it's a bit colder and your water may become solid ice, I can feel like you're going to be fighting your fights and again breaking the mold, just doing what is unconventional. And right now, to your opposites we go. We just shuffle the cards. We will be going to your opposites, which are the fire signs. So for you fire signs, let me just finish shuffling the cards. And again, I'll be cutting them in 4 pieces. And let me just draw the cards for you. So right now we have a 10 of coins or pentacles, an 8 of cups, and a reverse 4 of wands. This is a bit more vague. A bit more vague, I think. Since oh, sorry, cards almost flew over. So right now, again, we have an upright 10 of pentacles, or rather 10 of coins. I'm more used to calling them coins. On the 8 of cups, which is also upright. And lastly, a reverse 4 of wands. So these are your cards for you, fire. If ever, in my own opinion, fire people have a bit of a harder time since it's already going into the fall season, so your power is waning. But if ever, so right now we have first the upright 10 of coins. The 10 of coins means that you have permanence right now. You're satisfied. Right now, you're putting a lot of effort, and more or less, you're already at that climax of being able to go and reap what you've sowed. You're able to collect the coins that you've worked so hard for. And if ever, a lot of you might be already stepping away from this project, from this work, from this school, since you've already gotten the most that you could get here. You're already stepping away, and you're transforming already. Like you're trying to find a new venture to go through, to go forth for. That's what I'm seeing here. That is what the Eight of Cups is. Like you've already filled your cup and you're ready to take the next step. And you are already going to be rewarded after a long time of waiting. So the issue is this is going to be a very hard transitional period for you. Since right now you're deciding or already going through that transformation. The reverse for once is just giving you advice and telling you to take it very slowly, since this is a transition period. It's going to be a time of turmoil, a time of instability. Unlike when a Four of Wands is upright, which means there's harmony and peace. With the reverse Four of Wands, it's saying that there's going to be a bit more of tension between a lot of people. It might be your loved ones, it might be your friends, your family, and you might feel that you're lacking support, but it's because this is just a transition period. You're transforming, and every transformation, every transition happens not very much without pain. Transitions are very painful and or harmful most of the time. So if ever, just endure the pain. And again, from the first card, it's telling you that from the Ten of Coins, it's telling you that this is your due reward. So you don't need to overthink it. Just go directly with it. Right? Just go directly with it and endure the pain. Okay, lastly, for you, the most adaptable but also the hardest to see. I've just finished shuffling your cards and cutting them. To you, air signs out there, these are your 3 cards for the next few weeks. Okay. These are some better cards than the past 3 readings, I think. So right now, what we have first is the upright star. Then we have an upright 3 of coins. Yep, the upright 3 of coins. And lastly, a reverse 10 of coins. So I think, if I'm remembering correctly the meanings of this. Okay. The 10 of coins reversed means that you're going to need to work a bit more harder and be a bit more slower with a lot of things. But if ever, and that's more or less, let's read it in the context of the Bull's Red. Since I more or less, I don't know, I more or less zoomed in directly with the reverse 10 of coins. So the meaning of the upright star is it's new hope. If ever you air people are being reborn right now, you've just or you're going to be passing through or already wrapping up or already finishing up a very hard or troublesome challenge in life, and you were able to go there without losing much of hope. You're still a hopeful, like a phoenix. You're a hopeful person who has just what do you call this? Who just re-raised themselves. And if ever the Three of Pentacles is saying that this is a completion of your goal, it's saying that it's already a successful beginning towards your achieving your goals, and you've already gone through the hardest parts of it. You've already went through a lot, and the hardest parts are over. You're already taking in a more smoother road. You've already passed the rough roads of this past week. But if ever the Ten of Pentacles is again warning you to be a bit more stable, a bit more slow, since you've already just passed the hardest, it's telling you to be a bit more relaxed, because it's showing that there might be a few issues with relationships, because going through a very hard thing, you might have isolated yourself, or you might have pushed a few people out of your comfort zone. So the best thing that you can do right now is to take it slow. Since you're already off of the rough patch, try to reconnect with all of the people, but also be very careful with that reconnection, because you might overdo it. So just take it slow, take it level. Okay? So that is all for Dragonseer Duties for this week. So I'll be back next week with the tarot cards and telling you about what might happen within the next 7 to 14 days in your life. So I hope that everyone got something out of that, and if ever, as I've been telling, the future is forever changing. So sometimes the cards would be very accurate, but sometimes their accuracy would wane because the intended path that should have been taken was not taken. If you know what I mean. Because with these readings, maybe as said, you were planning to rush reconnection with maybe a loved one or a friend for you air signs out there. But when you heard it, you changed your mind and took a more slow approach. And when that happens, then you've already changed your future. That's why I also want to make Dragonseer duties every week. But right now, we are on the other segment of our stream, wherein people have asked a few questions and asked for a bit of advice. So I'll be answering those questions and giving advice, be it relationship, financial, and I won't be using tarot cards unless asked. I'll be using more of my own experience and my own knowledge uh, about a lot of the things. Since I've experienced a lot, even though with my age. Well, my age, I've been born in the medieval times. So if ever. So a first query that we have from our chats is that one of my friends has been having relationship troubles lately. So their girlfriend hasn't been talking to them lately and hasn't had enough time, and hasn't been saying I love you or being sweet with each other these days. So right now he was asking if what can I give as advice for that. For me, if ever, the best advice that we could take for these kinds of relationship issues would be to try and talk it out with your partner. Ask them what's happening and try to find a compromise. So right now, if they're not saying I love you back, ask them, but don't be hostile about it. Find a good approach or a good entrance. Maybe they're just joking sometimes, or maybe they're just tired. So find the correct timing of when you're going to ask that question. Like, are they busy? Look at their side of the perspective or the spectrum. Are they busy? Do they have time? Are they or are they just tired? If they're just tired, then give them that time and try to be the rest that they need. And if they need to isolate themselves, then give them that isolation. But always be there still for them. Just support them for what they're doing. And about the love yous, if ever you don't need to actually ask a person to say I love you back. If ever, because that would become an obligation instead of a sincere feeling. So, but if ever that you've been doing that for like the longest time in your relationship, then it really is time to ask why. What happened? What changed? And if it was you, then try and change it back. If it was them, then try to work through it together. Because that's what relationships are for, right? Trying to grow and go together against issues. So right now, there's also someone who asked about their crush, because they've been what do we call this? What's the right word for this? They've been wanting to ask their crush out. So right now, for me, the thing that I could tell them is shoot your shot. Yes, no, no wouldn't be the worst thing that they could say, but if ever, the best thing that they could say is that they want to go out with you, or they have the same feelings with you, or you end up dating. And the worst thing that actually could happen is that you have regrets that are left in your heart in the future. Because right now, for me personally, I'd rather shoot my shot instead of regret not asking someone out, because I've had a lot of people, or I've had a lot of crushes that had liked me during my earlier years with them, and they told me that they liked me, but it was already too late because they already have their own family, or they had their own relationships, and I have my own relationship as well. Or I might have had my own relationship during the time that they told me that they did like me too. So just shoot your shot and grieve for a while if you get rejected. But there's plenty of fish in the ocean, and you don't know, maybe in the future. So right now, I have another friend of mine who is having issues with job applications. Oh, remember when I was jobless myself? When I was not the captain of the Lone Knights before? But if ever they're telling me that they're having a hard time trying to apply, since they've already sent a lot of applications, most are automatic rejections, uh, or they have a hard time going to the place where they need to work. So if ever there are a few problems with that. The first problem is that if you're going to have a hard time going to work or going to an interview to work there, then doesn't that mean that the work is not already fit for you? And the second thing is, you just need to try and maybe try to go out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're trying to get too high of a position or too high of a wage or salary. Try and start simple, slow, or little. Because sometimes you really can't do much of anything about these kinds of things, okay? Especially with the current work atmosphere that we have, and it's actually already November, December, so there are not many openings. So I suggest that you go out of your comfort zone and try finding a job in another maybe industry that's related to your industry, or try learning or going to seminars, adding more skills, upskilling as they say. Because for me, I got the first job that I wanted, but that's because I already had a lot of skills and achievements, and I was able to find something that was just a very small entry level job. I had the minimum of minimum wages back then, but right now, I've already been promoted to captain of the Lone Knights. And I have a very good living wage, is all I can say. So, next one is about career and finances again. They're asking about promotions. Well, if ever there is an opening, right? Okay, okay, yes, yes. You're asking. if they should take it. Well, if ever the opportunity is there, and just if there's any opportunities, any openings, just take it, and take it. Don't stop taking every opportunity because first of all, the management, the higher ups would see your eagerness of getting promoted. Second, you're going to learn through experience on how the promotional structure of your company works, how the interviews go, what kind of of questions are there. You're going to gain a lot of experience even if you do get rejected, but knock on wood, praying that you don't get rejected for that promotion. You're going to get a lot of experience that you can use for the next interview. So it's more or less again upskilling and building yourself up. And it's okay to be nervous when it comes to those kinds of job interviews because everyone gets nervous. Some are just better at hiding it. So I hope that you have good luck with your promotional interview. And if ever, the other knights are rooting for you. So right now, I think those are the only questions that we have. So if ever you have any questions, you can message me directly here on Twitch, or you can message me in all of my other social media. Just search Drake Starling VT and or Drake Starling. It should be on FB, Instagram, Twitter. I also do have threads. So I have most, if not all, of the social media. So if you have any questions or would like to ask for advice, then please do please do so and send me a chat. But if ever, I'll also be just doing the announcements here. So I won't be streaming on another Saturday and Sunday because I'll be at Ozin Fest Halloween at Ayala Mall's Fairview Terraces. So I do hope that I see you guys there. I'll be cosplaying again as Hollow Form Ichigo Kurosaki, and I will be giving free tarot readings for each and everyone who would like them. And if ever, I hope that we find each other and be mutuals in the cosplaying industry and in the streaming slash VTuber industry. So right now, my accounts are actually not 1 month old, so I really can't post yet. But if ever once they're already 1 month old, I'll be posting a lot in a lot of the VTuber and cosplay groups in my area, which is the Philippines. Yes, the medieval knight is already in the Philippines, rather in hell. But kidding aside, a lot of things are happening in the Philippines these days, and well, I hope that everyone, especially all of the knights, are getting by getting by and not being pulled into any issues or those kinds of things, because these days a lot of people are being a bit more critical with a lot of things, if I may say so myself. But if ever, for me, the best thing that we can do is just be positive, support the people that needs to be supported, and always, always, always be good. So I think that's all for that's all for this just chatting slash Dragonseer streams. We'll be back to our normal programming by tomorrow. I'll most likely be continuing a playthrough of Signalis. Then on Monday, I might start a new game. or go back to Signalis or Guild Wars. So I hope that each and every one of you would be staying tuned in. And again, this is your Captain of the Lone Knights and Dragonseer, Drake Starling. I hope each and every one of you has a good day, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Thank you.